So today we will discuss about the introduction to amino acid. Um, we know that amino acid are the basic subunits of any protein, and not only the protein for the development of protein, the amino acids is required. Even also for some of the it have many advantages over. So we are also producing this amino acids in commercialization, industries and all. So these amino acids have been given as a drug or the supplements or as a feed or an additives for the enhancer, for the flavoring, and there are many advantages for this different amino acids. As we all know that this amino acid will be either in a free state, or else it will be in a protein or in a peptide formations. And these amino acids have been classified among we know that 20 amino acids are present, and it is being classified as essential and non-essential acids. Okay, so what are the essential amino acids? Arginine, isoleucine, histidine, leucine, methionine, lysine, phenylalanine, tryptophan, threonine, valine. And what are the non-essentials will be the alanine, arginine, asparagine, aspartic acid, cysteine, glutamic acid, glutamine, glycine, proline, serine, and threosine. So these are the essential amino acids and non-essential. We already discussed about the in previous classes itself, and today we are going to see some of the production of cysteine. So what is exactly the cysteine? So we can say like cysteine is having it just comes under the non-essential amino acid, and it is normally a polar uncharged amino acid, we can say, and only the sulfur group will be plays an important role in this cysteine. Which is mentioned it as an thiol. We usually say the sulfur component group, sulfate group or sulfide group will be represented as in the thiols. Okay, so these cysteine have many different advantages, and it have many classification over the like application. Very large vast application is there. So for industrial production we are also going for this cysteine. Okay, then what is exactly the cysteine present in? So we know that the L-cysteine and D-cysteines are present. Mostly the L-cysteine have a very good advantages of, and we already know that based upon the rotations of planar, we will represent as D and L. So L is nothing but levo rotation, and D, if the D-less cysteine is present, then it is called dextro rotation. Okay, so here we are discussing about only the L-cysteine production. Okay, in most of the meats, dairy products, eggs, nuts and seeds, and also legumes, the L-cysteine is very richly present in, and this cysteine have been also present in some of the digestive enzyme of an human or in the immune system, and also the connective tissues, skin, hairs, and all the cysteine will be present. Okay, there will be a representation of cysteine and cysteine. So what is exactly the cysteine is nothing but two molecules of cysteine is called as, which is are being joined together, is called as an cysteine, sorry. And this cysteine will have different types of like applications, we can say, and this will be like in based upon its application they went for many commercialization production of this amino acids, and almost we can say like this amino acid production have been very good. The growth have been increased in 2004, and almost they have been very vast rate of 5 to 7% of annual income have been increased because of this amino acid production and all. Okay, the cysteine have as I told you before, the cysteine have a very good and vast application. So it requires definitely production in large scale, and it's also very challenging. The demand of cysteine is very large, so they went for different types of production, and then it is very challenging when it comes to an industry. Okay, so what are the basic functions? This cystine have many functions as metabolites, like either it will undergo some of the biosynthesis of sulfur containing components, and also for the detoxification of heavy metals, and for protein folding, as we know that protein folding is for the assembly and stability, and also for the secondary metabolites metabolism, it is also working under. Okay, and the cystine have been commercially produced only because of these applications. We can see it in the pharmaceutical industries as an antidote. They are using this L-cystine, and for cosmetics, in many of the cosmetics for permanent hair, nail care, they are going for the cystine. And also for industrial food industries, they are using for the bread quality with very soft dough. For making a soft dough, they are using this cystine, and as an animal feed, as a supplement also, they are giving the cystine. What is exactly the function? So this is like an overview we saw before. And metabolism, we can say, like the cystine have a very crucial role in protein folding, assembling, and also the stability, as we know that it will be very essential for disulfide bond formation, and also some of the metabolisms of secondary products. It will act as an antioxidant properties in some of the fruits and fish. In pharmaceutical industries, as I previously told, it is an antidote, and also for some of the specific infections also they are going for this treatment. And GSH deficiency, they are using this cystine as a tablet, and for a very variety range of wide range of infection, they are using this. Genetically, even for genetically defects or metabolic disorders, they are using care. In cosmetic industries, as I told you before, like it exactly required in our hair also, in human hair also, the histidine is present. So for the preparation of hair, and also for nail growth and all, they are using this system. And for anti-aging and anti-entropy skin product, they are adding this system. Okay, in industries, in order to, we know that some of the people will be very allergic to the gluten, so this gluten should be break down in the food. If it comes to an industrial production of any bakery industries or whatever maybe, they have been using this cystine as an additives in order to break down the gluten, and also it will reduces the stickiness and also the softness of the dough, which is nothing but the keenness of the dough is also plays an important role. Okay, and also for animal feed, they are using very essential for the production of this system. If it comes to an fermentation process or as any chemical bioconversion process and all. So before choosing a strain, we should be very aware that these strains are not very pathogenic, and it requires only the minimum or else very cheap carbon or nitrogen sources, and the metabolism of carbon sources should also be the plays an important role for the production of, when it comes to any commercial production, obviously like these plays an important role. So the production may be vary from three different methods, we can say it. And first one is the keratin hydrolase, next one is the enzymatic bioconversion, and last one is the fermentation process. So the basic for the fermentation process, we can say like some of the bacteria or else some of the E. coli or streptomycins is very essential for the production of this system. So Corynebacterium glutamysium and Bacillus subtilis, streptomyces and E. coli, these are the main important microorganisms used for. Then to the keratin hydrolysate.